Hello, this is Dr. Fitzgerald. In this video, we want to discuss factoring a sum and difference of cubes. Now, a sum and difference of cubes is of the form a cubed plus b cubed. Now, this would be the sum. And this would factor as a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. And this difference of cubes would be of the form a cubed minus b cubed, and that would factor a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. Now, the acronym that we like to use that will help us with the signs of this is SOAP. SOAP represents same, opposite, always, positive. So once again, same, opposite, always, positive. And that acronym is SOAP. Now let's look at how that helps. Notice the first term has the same sign as the original quantity. Then the next sign is opposite, and the last one's always positive. So once again, same sign, opposite sign, and last term once again is always positive. So let's look at an example. We want to factor x cubed plus 8. X cubed plus 8. Well, the first thing that I want to do is rewrite my x cubed plus 8 as something cubed plus something cubed. And I'm going to ask myself, what cubed gives me x cubed? Well, that's easy. That's just x. And what cubed gives me 8? And that answer is 2. So now we see that this will factor as x plus 2, we'll call same sign, x squared, so take the first thing and raise it to the second power. Now I need the opposite sign and multiply these two quantities together. So I'll end up with 2x. Last sign always positive, and I want to square the last term here. And that 2 squared gives me 4. So that would be the factorization of x cubed plus 8. Now let's look at one other example. We want to factor 27 x cubed minus 1. Now once again, the very first thing that I want to do is write something cubed minus something cubed. So we want to ask ourselves, what cubed gives me 27x cubed? And that answer is 3x. And then what cubed gives me 1? That's simply 1. So now we go through and break this down. So our binomial term, remember this part should be relatively easy because once we break it down like this, our binomial term is exactly what we're staring at, just without the powers. So my binomial term is 3x minus 1. My next term, we're going to take this first quantity and raise it to the second power. That is, square that quantity. So 3x, that whole entire quantity squared, gives me a 9x squared. Then the middle term, remember the sign has to be opposite, so I need plus. My middle term is just me multiplying these two quantities together. So I want to take these two and multiply them together. And that gives me a positive 3x. And then lastly, remember the last sign is always positive. I want to take the last quantity and square it. So I want to take my 1 and square it, which is simply 1. So this is my final answer. So once again, my first term, my binomial term, is exactly the quantity that we're staring at, my 3x minus 1. Then I want to take the first quantity, the first set of parentheses, and square it. That's how we get 9x squared. I take the two quantities, my two sets of parentheses, multiply those numbers together, and I get a positive 3x. And then lastly, I take the last set of parentheses and square it, and I get a positive 1. And that's factoring using a sum and difference of cubes.